Yeah, good morning. In this video, just I would like to give an overview of StatPro V8i. Okay, so the StatPro basically we use to analyze or design the structures like buildings, water tanks, bridges, okay, and so on. Especially the StatPro we use for civil engineering structures most of the times. We can perform the static analysis and also the dynamic analysis. The dynamic analysis like a P delta analysis, earthquake analysis like a seismic coefficient method, response spectrum method, time history analysis, and also some vibration analysis also can be performed by using this StatPro. So this is the whenever we open an icon, the icon is something like this. We can see here in the bottom. Okay, so uh, we can see an icon something like I section with the two loads on the flange, and also one rotation symbol is given in red color. Okay, so if you click on the desktop, so this is the first window it will be open. Okay, so here whenever we are doing a I mean when we are doing some exercise or any file if you are creating, always it is better to open a new folder and you work in that folder. So that because whenever you create a file, the stat file, so there are some different sub files will be created, so that if you don't copy it, I mean if you don't store in a single folder, then if it is on the desktop, that becomes very mess. Okay, so just to avoid that, always you have to create a folder. In that folder you have to save the file. So this is the typical the first window of the StatPro. We can see here first I mean the project task whatever are there. So and also you have to make sure that what is the license configuration. So in this license configuration, just I have selected only the Indian design codes. So if it is unselected, then you have to select this, and first you press new folder, and it will ask you to what type of structure you are going to create, whether it is a space, plane, or I mean the space is generally the 3D structure, plane is the 2D structure, any floor it's also a structure, I mean the 2D structure, and also any truss. Okay, so the file name whatever you want you can give this file name. I will say this is overview, and the location where you want to store this file. So always the default it will give the stat wherever it was installed. So now just I wanted to store in a different folder, let us say StatPro exercises. So in that the overview I created one folder, and in that I am storing this. Okay, so now the units, the length units I am keeping meters, and force units I am keeping kilonewtons. So once you have given this, so just let us say I will give a space structure. So then you press next. Okay, then it will ask you to whether you have to add a plate or add a beam, add a salad, or the structure wizard. The structure wizard means some predefined structures will be there. Simply if you give some parameters, the structure will be open. Anyway, exclusively I will talk about this later. So then the open editor, so that you can do some kind of coding. So I mean that also you can I mean from the editor also sometimes we create the structure. Okay, so in olden days where the graphical user interface was not there, so they used to do some coding. So what is the node, the beam which is I mean what are the number of beams are there, how they are connected, the node numbering and all. So they have used to do some kind of syntax in the editor, and they used to develop the building structure. Okay, so and the edit the job information. So whatever the job we are going to do, that information also you can edit. So the always it is better to keep as add beam, then you finish. Okay, so this is the first I mean whenever you start your project, the STAAD environment is like this. So just if I come from the beginning, so the STAAD Pro, the file name is overview, then you can see some file, edit, view, tools, select, geometry, some commands, analyze, mode, window, help. Okay, so these are the pop-up windows you can see here. And whatever whatever these things are there here, so that automatically the icons are also present in the graphic user interface. Okay, so here if you look at the side, whatever the options are there here, you can see, so the icons, this is the node cursor. So wherever you want to select the node, you can use this node cursor. And the next one is the beam cursor. Okay, so whenever you want to select some beams, you can use the beam cursor. And similarly you can use the plate cursor or the shell cursor, surface cursor, solid cursor. Okay, so these are the different cursors for the selection purpose. Okay, and also there are some load edit cursor. If you want to edit some load, you can use this load edit cursor. And if you want to use some support edit cursor, I mean after creating, if you want to remove some support or add some support, you can use these cursors. Okay, but most of the times what we do is we use these the node cursor and also the beam cursor, sometimes the plate cursor or the surface cursors. Okay, so these are the different cursors. Okay, and whatever the below we have, so we are rarely we use this. Actually this is for the physical modeling concern. Anyway, we are not going in detail these things. Okay, so next if you see the top, the first line, what is the new structure. If you want to create a new structure, you can use this icon. If you want to open any already the present in the system, you can open. If you want to open, you can open this, and you can save the whatever we do here. And what is the undo command and the redo command, and this one is the STAAD editor. So if I press this, so this is the STAAD editor. Okay, so here you can edit some of the things, and it will give all the job information, that is which date you have created. Okay, so what is the input width, and what are the joint coordinates, what are the member details, what are the properties for what which members you have given the corresponding properties, and what are the load definitions. Everything will be whenever you do the graphic user interface, and if when you are doing, and the same thing will be reflected in the editor also. So because sometimes it is very useful, the repeated things are there, you need not to use the graphic interface for every time. So simply you can do some copy paste kind of thing, and you can repeat in the editor. So we will see one or two examples where it is useful, the editor is useful. And some VB macros. Okay, so the Visual Basic macros also can be used. This one is for the some advanced kind of thing. And the print and zoom, the details, you can capture some photo, and these details are there, but only the print option sometimes we use. Then after, you can see here, so any tables are there, and what are the input units, what input units. In the beginning we have given meters and kilonewtons. So in between, if you want to change, you can change the input units also. And here you can change the graphic, so any coloring system and all, if you want to change, you can change from here. And here the cut section, at any point, after building the structure, if you want to cut and see the section, you can see it here. And this one for the notations, what are the node numbering if you want, and node points if you want, what are the number points are there. Okay, so and what are the member number. Okay, so I will explain you these things. And here for the load results also you can change the color configuration and all you can use, and some scales. Okay, so whenever on the graphic interface, so if you want to change the scale of a particular parameter, so it will be increase or decrease, you can see clearly by changing the scales here. And what are the labels? Labels means what is the node number, what is the member number, something like that. And what is the structure, whether in the full section if you want, or the outline you want, and nothing, only simply lines you want, so you can use these things. So these are the things wherever it is required. I will explain you how we are going to use these things, and the units also, the limits, animation kind of thing, and what are the design results, everything will be present here. And here what is the property page and what is the support page. So property page means, so for the definition of the property, what is the size, the shape of the cross section, basically for a member, whether that is a rectangular or that may be a square or a circular or any other shape. So here you can define, so whether it is a circle or rectangle, T section, some trapezoidal section, some general random section, or maybe I section, tapered tube section, or angle section, or whatever the sections, the different sections will be there. And also you will have the section database. So whenever we are using the RCC, I mean the concrete, so generally we use the define command. And here whenever we are doing the steel structures, you can use the section database. Okay, so I mean here in the section database you can find the different codes. I mean now I want to see the Indian code. So the what is the I mean I sections, generally ISMB, ISLB, ISJB, everything will be I mean all the parameters are there here. So in this one, the whatever the steel tables, so generally we have already. So in the term that IS 806 or something, so the steel table parameters are already included in this. Okay, so that's how we can make use of this one. Directly we can assign the cross sections and we can work out. Okay, so then the support page, you can create some sort of support, whether that is a fixed support, pinned support, fixed but some sort of releases are there, and the complete enforced support or enforced, but okay, there are different supports are there. So most of the times in buildings we use the fixed support and pinned support here. I mean there are some specifications, like, so whenever if you want to have a member only compression, so that is the compression member. If you want to define a member only the tension, so that is the tension member. Sometimes if you want to, at one end, if you want to release some movement, okay, release some axial force, so those kind of specifications we can give in this specification. So this is also rarely we use. Okay, and this is the loading page. So in the loading page you have to define the what is the live load and what is the dead load, and the snow loads, different loads are also for the definition, it is there. Okay, so then now I mean you can see here. So in the second line if you come, there are some yellow color phases are there here. So for a particular cuboid, the yellow color is only on the front side, so that means that will show the what is the front face. Okay, front side, and what is the back side, and what is the side view. So front view, back view, side view, left side view, right side view, top view, bottom view, and also what is the isometric view. Okay, so and whatever the figure is there on the so I mean screen, so if you want to rotate it in which direction, about the x axis, about the y axis, about the z axis, so these things everything can be used here. And sometimes if you zoom something and if you want to go back the original structure, then you can use this old structure. And if you want to zoom a particular thing, so then you can use these zoom tools. Okay, so and these are the I mean things we use for only the file purpose. Okay, now coming to this one, so here you can add some beams, you can add some plates, you can add some surfaces, so you can add some solids for the structure, so you can have all these parameters here. Okay, so and here some repetition, translation repeat. So if you have any particular frame, so the same frame, if you want to number of times if you want to repeat, you can use this 3D repeat. And the next one, the next blue color one, it is circular repeat. In the circular direction if you want to, the radial direction if you want to replicate it, you can replicate this. Okay, so similarly the mirror and everything will be similarly the mirror will be there here. Okay, so this is up to the icons whatever are there on the structure. And if you see the typical the environment, if you look at here, so you can see the bottom how the axes are there. The generally the vertical axis y is the vertical, and horizontal x and z are there. Okay, so every time whenever if you are changing the if you are rotating the structure, so these axes also will rotate, and you can see that where is in which direction the structure is located. Okay, so that is how generally we use these icons and all. And there are some segments we have here, some modeling, post processing, steel design, concrete design, ramp connection, bridge deck. Okay, advanced slab design, but most of the times we use this modeling and post processing. So the modeling is, so how you are going to create your structure. Okay, so for this one, the first one is the step. So setup means you have to give the what is the job data, job information. So what is the job, and these are all, the giving information is not mandatory here, but whenever you want to report and all from this, so if you give the this information in the report, automatically these things will be included in the report. Okay, output report or whatever. Okay, so this is not that important for this now. And these are the sequence how we are going to analyze, or how we are going to model a structure and analyze the structure. So the first two, you have to give the job information, and even if you don't give it also, you can go further. And the next one is the geometry. So the geometry means you are going to create a particular structure here. So first what I am doing is I created, so for example there is one okay, so here sorry, right. So anyway, I close this again. So once again I will open this. You can see here, this is the overview structure. Sorry, if I want, I can create one more. So it's a new project space. I will give this is overview 1, and this is on the desktop. Okay, so desktop STAAD Pro exercises overview. Okay, and here the length is meters and force is kilonewton. Next, and add beam, finish. Okay, so the whenever you have opened for first time, you will get a window something like this, and here there is a sub window is there, that is a snap node beam. So first it will give a default graph here, so that if any the ready-made 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, whatever the length of the member if you want to create, so you can have the ready-made graph. Okay, so otherwise also what you can do is you can have a single load, and simply you can replicate or the translate the node and you can model it. So first what I do is just I wanted to show a simple portal frame having the 3 meters in all the directions. Let us say maybe in the xy plane if I want to draw. So you can see here this is xy plane, otherwise also you can see the I will have the front face. So this is the front face, so this is the x direction and this is the y direction. So now here the frequency is 1, so that means here 0 to 1 is 1 meter or in millimeters or whatever. So in the beginning whatever the units we have seen, so if you want again you can check the input unit, this is in meters. So that means, so here one box is 1 meter by 1 meter. So for example from the 0 to 3 meters I want one member. So first you have to click at here and again up to here 3 meters. Okay, in the x direction also let us say this is 3 meters, again you click here and again again on the first line whatever on the x axis, this is 3 meters. Okay, so once you have done this, so you have to make this is snap node beam. Okay, so now that is done, you can close this. So when you close that, you can see this is the portal frame I created. And here this frame, if you observe the right side, so now we are in the geometry, automatically it goes to the geometry. So in the geometry, how many number of nodes are there? 1 2 3 4, and here 1 2 3 4 nodes are there. For each node, what is the coordinate? So the first node is this. So suppose if you want to see what is the node number, and remember, so this is one member and this is another member and this is another member. So there are 3 members are there. So the first member is having 2 nodes and the second member is also at end, so you have the 2 nodes. So whatever this dark dot is there, that is called node and this line is called member. So I want to see what is the node number and member number. So for that what you have to do is you have to go back to the display node, here what is the this icon is symbols and labels. So go to symbols and labels. In the labels, so you select this node number and also you can select the beam numbers. So okay, apply. Now you can see here, so the first beam is between first node and second node, and the second beam is between the second node and third node, and the third beam is between the third node and fourth node. So this is the order it will give, because even if you remember I started from 1, so the first one 1 2, so from 2 to 3, so from 3 to 4. So this is how in the order the node number by default it will give here. And so for each node whatever is there, so that node coordinates also you can see here. So the 4 coordinate, if you see from 0 to 3 in x direction, y direction is 0. So that means 0, x direction is 3 and y direction is 0 and z direction is 0, right. And now the below this you can see the beams. In the beams, the first beam is connected between 1 and 2. So the first beam is connected node A. Suppose if I select this beam, okay, if I select this beam, you can see the starting portion of the beam it is showing in the green color, and the ending portion it is showing the blue color. Okay, so whenever you keep your arrow, I mean whenever you select and you keep you arrow on the member, so it will show the 3 segments. The first segment will give the starting node, and the second segment will give the ending node, and every 5 minutes or 10 minutes the auto save option will be there, then you have to press yes. Okay, so here the first node is first the beam first node is connected to 1 and the end node it is connected to 2, and similarly the second member if you do, the starting node is 2, ending node is 3. So 2 to 3 it is connected. So this is how the members are connected, between what node numbers they are connected, everything will be noted here, it will be displayed here. Okay. So suppose if any plates are there, the same plates also you can see the same how the plates are connected and all everything. So first we will see the beams only. So once the beams we have the numbering and all we have checked, this is only for your understanding purpose. Then you have to go to the general. So in the general you can see there is a window property on the right side bottom. Okay. So just you observe this one. So in the properties there is a white window is there now. So in this, now you have to define this. For example, these whatever all the members are a square member. So let us say the rectangle I selected. Then what is the ZD and YD? So for example, for our case, just I will say that it is only a square section. So let us say it is 300 mm by 300 mm. So that is 0.3 meters by 0.3 meters, and the material is concrete. It's a default material. It will show the concrete. Otherwise, whether it is aluminum, steel, or whatever, you can if you want you can give. Okay. Then you have to add this member. Okay. So whenever I added this member, now you have to assign to all these members. Okay. So this property is defined now. Now you have to assign. So for what members you have to assign? Let's say for example, I want to select this, and you press your control and select the next member, and again keeping the one finger on the control, and you press it and select the third one. So all are selected. Then there is one option here, so that is assign. So it is asking to proceed for the assigning of these whatever the defined material. So you press yes. Okay. Now you can see here, this is R1, R1 and R1. That means the reference one, that section is 300 by 300, and the material is concrete. For example, if I want to define any other let us say the circle, and this one is 0.45 and add. Now I want to add only for the third member. Okay. So now I select the second and I select this one. Okay. And then you assign it. Now you can see this is R2. Okay. So that is how the whatever the in any structure, if you consider, there are different sizes of members will be there. So for what member, first you have to define the members, then you have to assign to the corresponding member to the corresponding reference section. Okay. So this is how the properties are assigned. So once the properties are assigned, then the specification, that's what I told you, whether that member is a compression member, tension member, specifically is there any offset, is there, everything you can give in the specifications. But now I am not touch this icon. So just I will go to the assigning the support, defining the support, assigning the support. So when you press this support, then you can see the again there is one window here. So the same thing as we did previously, we have defined the section, then applied the assign the section. Similarly, you have to create the support here. So now I want to create the fixed support here, then you have to press add. So and you select this support and you select the nodes. Okay. You can see the node cursor automatically it changes. So I will say this is the node, and you press the control button and again you press 4. Okay. So now you can assign this. Okay. So this is the symbol for the fixed support. Okay. So once the support is done, then you have to and you can see the top window also, the first node and fourth node, the support condition is S2, that is S2, and it is description, it is assigned to only these two nodes, that is first node and fourth node. Okay. So then you go to the next segment, that is load definitions. Okay. So now here you have to define the load. So the load, so whether that is dead load, live load, or whatever the load, you have to define it first. Okay. So and again I am saving this. So now I am defining the load here, I mean the load case details, they are called load cases. So I have only dead load and live load. I will say this is new load case. So I will say the load case, first one is the dead load, and you add it, and the second load case is live load, just you add it, close. Okay. So you first you select the dead load and now you press the add. So I mean first in the dead load, just I wanted to add the self weight. The self weight, the direction always in the y direction, so that is the gravity, and here the y direction is from the bottom to top, but the load always acts from the top to bottom, so that I have to give a factor -1. So this is very very important. This is the default one is minus, you have to keep it as it is, and you press add. Okay. So close. Now you can see there is a red question mark is there. So that means it is created but not assigned. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to select, and all the members are having the same self weight. So whatever the property you have given, that is the size of the member, automatically the sizes and the length whatever is there, so automatically the self weight will be added, automatically calculated. So here simply what you have to do is assign to view. So whatever in the view, there are 3 members are there, all members will be assigned here. So assign. Okay. So after assigning, immediately that the red question mark will go away, and the green color comes in. Okay. So that shows the it is assigned, and automatically the 3 members are highlighted. So that means it is assigned. Okay. So after assigning, let us say the dead load. So in the live load, so just I am trying to add again. So what type of live load you want to give? So you want to give a load at a node, or you want to give a UDL or UVL. So the different loads are present here. So area load if you want, or the float load, plate load, surface load, so all different loads will be there. So now I want to give as a UDL. Okay. At a particular joint, if you want to give, you have to select the nodal load, but I want to give as the UDL. So that is member load. On the member, the first one is the uniform force. So let us say this uniform force I have to give a let us say 5 kilonewton per meter. So the units are also, it is highlighted here, kilonewton per meter, and this load I have to give as let us say minus 20 kilonewton per meter. So that minus indicates the downward, and you can see here. So whether you want to give the local direction or the global direction. Okay. So this is the global direction, gx, gy, gz, and you can see the y direction. So the global direction only. So now I have to add, then close. Now this again the red color is there, that means it is defined but not assigned. So what I am doing is I will select this, I want to give only for the this second member. Okay. Then you assign to the selected beams, you can see here. So now I want to assign to only this. So now you assign. Okay. So now you can see here. So here why we are getting very high the length is, you can change in the scales. So in the scales, loads and results, force result is not available, scales, point moment, pressure, kilonewton per meter, I mean these are the loads. You can see here, this is the advantage of I mean going for the scales here. So sometimes whatever the value is given, it will show very high I mean in the drawing, in the graphic user interface. If you want to reduce that scale, you can use this. So it is not going to do with the your whatever the magnitude you have assigned, it is only for the graphical purpose. So how it is showing, so you want to show in a bigger way or the smaller way, so that's how you can use these scales. Okay, so this is the advantage of going for the scales and the whole structure and only the 2D. Okay, so whatever the thing you want, you can use this. Okay, so once the loading is done, suppose if you want to have the load combinations, so for that what you have to do is go to the load case and you create a one new combination. So press new and go to the load case, and in the primary moving and combination is there in that, and already these are the two available load cases are there, the dead load and live load. And now it will have the, whenever you give the combination, that combination is also created as a load case. So load case 1 is dead load case 2 is live load, and the load case 3 becomes the dead load plus live load into 1.5. Okay, so here the default the multiplier is 1. So now I want to change this to 1.5. so the dead load I will take it to this side, and the live load is also I will take it to this side. So that means this is dead load case 1 is dead load, that is into 1.5, plus the load case 2 is the live load, that is into 1.5. so now I add, so close, you can see here the load 1 is into 1.5, load 2 is into 1.5. when I select here, so all the loads will be selected here, the corresponding loads. So now once the load definition is done, so in the general we have seen property, support and load definition. So loads are assigned. So first we have created the frame, then we have defined the members properties, then we have assigned it, then we have created the support and then we have assigned it, then we have created the load cases and we have created the loads and we have assigned the loads. Okay, once this is done, then you have to go to the analysis, the next segment. So when I click this analysis, automatically one window will pop up. So in that, if you want to have the perform the analysis and print everything, so you can print all. Okay, so otherwise if you don't want to have any print, so it's no need. So simply you have to press add, then you close it. So you can see here the right side, the perform analysis is there. So the design part we will look at later. So in this one, the analysis. So preprint and postprint also we will see later. So now once the analysis command is given, so go to the analyze here. So then you run analysis. So save. So once the analysis is done, you can see here, so there is another window is popped out, the 0 errors and 0 warnings. Then if you want to see the output file, you can see, otherwise stay in the modeling mode. Suppose if you want to click this view output file, done. So this is the output file is created. So in the output file, so I have said it is no print, so that's why only the whatever the input command is given, that only it was there. Okay, so then you from here, then you have to go to the post processing. Once the analysis is done, so the results you can see in the post processing. So this is the post processing. So what are the load cases? The dead load, live load and combination, these three load cases are there. So which results you want to see? So let us say just I want to see only the combination, so I will select here, then you apply OK. Okay, so only the combination results are shown. So you want to node results, you want to beam results, you want to some animation or reports. So in the node you will have the displacement and the reactions. You can see here. So there is a reaction. So in x-axis reaction is 8.7 kilonewton in this direction, and here x means if it is positive, that is in the direction of the x, and if it is negative, in the opposite direction of the x. Okay, so y direction and y direction reactions. Okay, so you can find these reactions and all, because you can see here, so there is a different reaction is there. Maybe the loading is symmetric, but here if you remember the first one, we have the first member is defined, the member property is given as the square 0.3 meters, and this is the circular. The second one, the third one is the circular. So that is the reason there is a unsymmetrical the loading reactions you can observe here. And similarly, if you go to the beam, then you can see the what is the bending moment diagram. Okay, so always the for bending moment you have to see the bending moment in z direction. Okay, so what is the axial force diagram, and what is the stress I mean the shear force diagram. So this is the shear force diagram, and if you want to see the bending moment diagram, this is the bending moment diagram. Okay, so generally this is how we do the analysis. Okay, so just I wanted to give one example and overview of the what is the STAAD environment. Okay, so this exercise will help you just to understand what STAAD is. Okay, so we'll continue in the next video.